Hey everybody, this is a simple scale pattern that I just played that I want to teach you today. Scale patterns are kind of an important thing for me with all of the woodwind instruments that I play, and I think they are valuable if you want to develop some dexterity as an improviser. I think step one is learning a major scale on a musical instrument. But it gets to the point where just playing the scale up and down, we need to do something else with it. So there's all kinds of scale patterns. I keep thinking that I've discovered all of them, and then I discover a new one. Here's an example of a scale pattern. We just skip degrees of the scale in thirds. Right? Or we could go so anyway, endless varieties of scale patterns. This one that I'm going to teach you, I just stumbled upon it. I can't believe as many decades as I've been playing the flute, the saxophone, the clarinet, the chromatic harmonica, that I've never played this particular scale pattern before. It's a very simple one. What we do is we are climbing up. By the way, I'm playing the C scale, and I'm using the slide for F and C. Right here on hole 2, just keep blowing and push the slide in. Up to blow G. Draw. Draw again. Keep drawing and push the slide in. That's the slide C. I use the slides F and C. This lesson is not about that, but for this scale pattern we are continuing to use that. What we're doing is we're climbing up 5 notes off of the root. Then instead of going back down to C, we're going up to E. Then we start all over again. We climb up 5 degrees from E. And then from here we jump from the F to G. And then we just go back down the scale. So this pattern climbs up 5 degrees of the scale on the root, the third, and the fifth. So the basic chord tones of C. One more time. When I edit this video, I'm going to include some standard notation. We'll try and make it fit on the screen. You don't have to learn how to read music, but I think a picture's worth 1,000 words. And if you could see the notation and see the basic shape of the pattern, that may help you. One thing that I discovered that is fascinating to me about this particular pattern is that we can keep going up. So we can do root, third, fifth. If we continue the pattern, we're gonna bounce off of the 7th degree now. So here's the root, to the third, to the fifth, to the 7th. So we can extend the pattern 1 more degree. One more time. We can keep going. And this brings up a thing that I would like to teach you. If we have a musical keyboard here, and look, check it out, I got this. And we skip we just skip degrees of the scale. We're playing the white keys starting on the C here, and we're skipping. We're going to create intervals of a third. And what we come up with is all of the notes of the C major scale, but they're not in scale order. They're in thirds. So we have C, E, G, B. That's root, third, fifth, seventh. Then D, we call that the ninth. F is the 11th, and then the A is the 13th. It's kind of weird, but when we talk about the degrees of the major scale, we number them 1 through 7. But when we're doing these intervals of a third, then we talk of them as chord tones. So root, third, fifth, that makes sense, and seventh makes sense. Ninth may not make sense because it's the same as 2. 11th is the same as 4. 13 is the same as 6. But when we're going up in chord extensions, that's what you say. Those are the numbers that you use. It's crazy, right? Anyway, again, this pattern, you could take this thing up to the 7th like I did. You can keep going and take it up to the 9th, the 11th, and the 13th. So anyway, these, just to play these scale tones here. Root, third, fifth, 7, 9, 11, 13. If you go up one more third, you're going to wind up back where you started from, the C. Let me play this on the harmonica, and then I'll let you go. How's everybody doing? Do you guys know about my harmonica method? I do have these for sale. You can do a streaming version on my website. I also have DVDs that I'm shipping in the United States. I dropped the price on these because I would like to sell them. And I just think that this kind of medium is going the way of the dinosaur eventually. But some people still like DVDs, 2 discs in there, 4 hours of instruction. Where was I? I'm going to play this up to, let's take it up to the 9th. So I'm going to conclude. That'll be the last part I play. So, and then, as I mentioned, you can keep going further. You can take the pattern up to the 11th. And one more extension up to the 13. Now this, I got to tell you, before we go up to the 13, this pattern, the way I first introduced it, is fine the way it is. It gets you playing an octave or more than an octave of the C major scale. You could do this in all keys, and that would be a great exercise. You don't have to like keep going with it. Let me just give you an example of doing this in a few different keys. So just root, third, fifth. Up a half step. Up a half step one more time to D. So if you did that in 12 keys, that's a pretty good workout, right? And then you could take it up to the 7th or the 9th. They all work out pretty nice. Let me just go ahead and try up to the 13th, no mistakes. There it is from the A. Anyway, happy practicing. I hope everybody's doing good. I certainly have a goal of doing less lessons on this channel and more performance material. Me just, at this point, playing with tracks. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.